Hello and welcome to another video. It's Ulti19, more known as Ultimate Gamer 19,000, and I'm here today to show you all how to build the ultimate stealthy, swashbuckling, blade singing character. So if you guys don't know, this is a multi-class build of the swashbuckling rogue and the blade singing wizard. Now you may be asking, why would I want to build this build, and what are its kind of main utilities, strengths, and even some of its weaknesses? Now, its first main utility is that it has really good utility. This build's utility is almost unmatched, if I'm being honest. It has the wizard's diverse spell list, plus the rogue's cluster ton of skills they're just really good at. So, from first of all, utility-wise, this build probably is unmatched. Also, overall, like damage-wise, this build has stuff like sneak attack, booming blade that it can just build onto and deal so much a cluster ton of damage. And also, this build, and number one of its strengths is it rarely is ever in range of anyone that can harm it. For example, because with this build, you would mostly just swashbuckler rogue, pierce someone, then walk away. Or if that doesn't work, you can simply just misty step away. Another strength of this build is that our character, its action and bonus action economy is pretty simple. It doesn't have too many bonus actions, but it doesn't have zero. It has, and overall, it has a good mixture of a lot of things to do, but not too many. Now, some of this build's weaknesses are its HP. This build's HP is pretty dookie, to be honest with you. And yeah, that's kind of unavoidable. I mean, Wizard and Rogue, they're not entirely, strong, like HP wise classes. But I think with the defensive features that we can cram into this build, especially Blainsing and Shield and all that, I think this build can actually survive pretty well. So yeah, for race, we're gonna be picking half elf because just half elf's so good. Um, Now I was thinking of making this kind of like a darkness abuser build, but I don't really know if I want to make that. But if you do want to make a darkness abusing build, I would recommend half elf, the drow variant. Um, but for the standard version, we'll be picking half elf, the wood elf variant gives us an extra plus 5 feet of movement, which is really nice. For our ability scores, we'll be putting a +2 to dexterity, +1 to constitution, and then a +1 to intelligence. You may be asking, oh, the swashbuckler rogue needs a charisma. It doesn't need a good charisma, but it benefits from a good charisma. Two entirely different things. A wizard needs a good intelligence. Now, a Eldritch Knight benefits from a good intelligence, but it doesn't need it. So, we'll be picking neutral for our alignment. For skill proficiencies, we shouldn't be getting these because we're a wood elf, half elf, which for some reason on Roll20 it doesn't show up, but on the D&D wiki it does. So blame Roll20, I guess. So for language proficiencies, pick whatever you like. For skills, honestly, we get so many. And also, I don't think we should be getting these skills, so we'll kind of just forget about those. So honestly, we'll just pick we'll pick survival and religion because we'll never use those. We also do get Dark Vision and Fate and Shifts. They're two pretty good abilities. So to start off, I was kind of looking at both classes because there is one thing about this build that you really want, and it has to do with saving throws. And as you can see, rogues don't get con saving throws, and neither do wizards, which really does suck. Not having con saving throws is pretty bad. But with the fact that we're usually not going to be able to get hit very often because of our higher AC, and also the fact that we're usually not even engaged with anyone, it should be fine. But I'd recommend a charisma for a wizard. That's terrible. That's weird. So for skill proficiencies from wizard, we're going to be picking Arcana and I guess investigation because those two we're good at. As wizard, we get a bunch of stuff. Make sure to drink water. We get ritual casting, we get arcane recovery, we get all that good wizardry stuff. For ability schools, we'll be making point buy. I use the Dungeon Dudes methods, but not everyone allows them. So for dexterity, we'll be picking up a 17 dexterity, I think 13 constitution, then a 15 intelligence. To explain my train of thought here, 17 dexterity, because it's our main attacking modifier. 14 con because yeah, this build is squishy, and if I'm being honest, that 14 con, with this build, we plan on not getting hit. This build is made to not get hit and to never be engaged with anyone. If you're engaged with someone, you have your swashbuckler rogue abilities, or you have Misty Step, you have stuff like that, which does kind of suck because at level 9 is when you get your rogue abilities. But still, you still have Misty Step, but overall, you still have Bladesing and Shield, which for the earlier levels, having your blades on plus mage armor plus shield should be a high enough AC that your HP doesn't matter. Also, you do have good dexterity, intelligence, and wisdom saving throws. Cause that's the main reason I want a good, wisdom. Now, if you don't care for wisdom like at all, then you could take the 16 dexterity, but I do care for wisdom, so I will just be taking the 12 wisdom, but then just dubbing strength and charisma. I know some people would much rather higher constitution than higher wisdom. I get it, but wisdom saving throws are just so massive in D&D, and getting held person will always just suck. Um, yeah, so we'll be picking Gladiator here because wait, oh yeah, actually, your background for this one does matter, like, a lot, because with the Gladiator background, we can get any weapon we want. So instead of picking a quarterstaff or some garbage like that, we'll be getting a rapier. This is a rapier, mainly rapier wooden build. You could use like a quarterstaff, I guess, but still, I just think rapier thematically makes more sense. Now, as you can see, we can do a lot of stuff. So for our cantrips, we'll be picking Booming Blade. And honestly, Booming Blade, I recommend taking Message and Mage Hand probably. Or three, I reckon you could take Green Flame Blade instead of Booming Blade, but I like Booming Blade better. Now for wizard spells, we'll be taking Absorb Elements because we kind of have to take Absorb Elements because it's just like even if we do fail a dex saving throw, just being able to slurp up all that damage is really nice. Also, shield, we'll be taking that. We will be taking Mage Armor too because Mage Armor is really nice because in reality I feel like Mage Armor is kind of a must-have until you get that Swashbuckler Rogue level. Then you're fine. But and for the other spells, we can pick 3 other ones. Honestly, pick whatever you like. I'm gonna pick Magic Missile because it's really good range. Situations. Chromatic Orb always does nice. And we'll take Earth Tremor. I guess yeah, we'll take Earth Tremor. No, actually, yeah, we'll take Find Familiar. Yeah. Yeah, being able to command your Find Familiar to auto-generate advantage is really nice. We do not get any feats or anything like that because we're not a human. So yeah, that is so level 1. We're gonna be in the back of the battlefield, just slinging spells. And our arcane recovery, we're probably gonna be using it so now we can get mage armor up. Because with mage armor up, we can get a 16 armor class and then a 21 armor class with shield, which for level 1 D&D is pretty nice. Now, something just hit me. We didn't take Firebolt or any damaging cantrips. So if you're building this build from level 1, make sure to take a damaging cantrip instead of Mage Hand. You can screw off Mage Hand, take Firebolt, or like Shocking Grasp. No, don't take Shocking Grasp, take Firebolt, or whatever. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. Or I think you can just retrain your wizard cantrips. I don't know. Yeah, now we're just gonna be taking a massive dip to massive leap to 6 levels of wizard because this is when we kind of are gonna leave the wizard class, at least for now. We will be getting back into the wizard, but not for a decent while, I'd say. So yeah, we are going to what we get for blade singing is blade song. Basically, if you don't know, as bonus action, we can add our intelligence modifier to concentration checks, our armor class, 10 extra walking speed, and also advantage on any acrobatics check. And also, we get one of the most broken extra attacks in the game. Basically, you can attack twice instead of once whenever you take the attack action on your turn. Moreover, you can cast one of your cantrips in place of one of those attacks. Basically, meaning now we can actually do something that's pretty cool, which I'll get into later. But for this one, surprise, surprise, surprising absolutely no, we're taking over in accuracy. I mean, being able to use our familiar to just generate advantage, it's like, it's like an, oh, not dog. I know. Plus, being able to get an 18 dexterity is super nice too. Now, for our new second level spells. Okay, we do get an extra cantrip here, so take, I guess, Firebolt for, for the blast. Or I guess if you took Firebolt at level 1, take Mage Hand if you took Firebolt or Ray of Frost, whatever your preferred blasting cantrip is. So now we can add 10 spells. What the? Huh? I know as a wizard you do prepare your spells, but still it's kind of funny to see 10 add new spells. I know as a beginner in D&D, I didn't know wizards were prepared casters, so I just had a wizard that had like 15 spells, and I was just casting all of them. It was decently funny. Okay, so for some good spells here, I mean, you could take Darkness here if you want to build like the whole Darkness variant of this character, which is definitely it is a valid form to build this character, but it's just like feats are so important, and also at this level you get Misty Step, and honestly, Misty Step's probably gonna be the best use of your second level spell slot. For being honest here, because when it comes to third level, there's not many broken second level spells. I mean, I guess if you want Tasha's Mind Whip or something, like, because the thing is, there's not many really strong ones. There's kind of just like, yeah, like there's like, Arcane Lock, Shatter can be good, Cloud of Daggers can be nice. But there's also, well, a good combo is, well, this for later levels, you can set up a Cloud of Daggers, then just disengage back into it, and your opponent will just have to walk through the Cloud of Daggers to get to you, which is a pretty nice one. Blur can also be pretty nice stuff, enhance your survivability, hold person, or person, I don't know how to explain that one. But it's, I mean, large reduced, I guess, if you want, but overall, like, there aren't many broken second level spells that's like our must pick, or if you don't pick them up you're gonna be screwing yourself. There's not, I don't really feel like those exist in D&D. I'm being honest, I can't think of any second level spells that are just game changing. Now for level 3 we'll be picking up haste, because, well, haste is just so good. Haste, counter spell, and then fireball, because we are still a wizard. Just because we're a rogue doesn't mean we aren't chucking fireballs like it's no one's business. And yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, you probably want to get haste up a lot, because haste is just really nice. Oh, thunderstep. Thunderstep is also extremely broken because, just being able to get out, it's just more mobility. Really nice. Hypnotic pattern actually is pretty damn nice because you can just hypnotic pattern, booming blade someone, and yeah, they kind of just cook. So honestly, pick whatever else ones you like. I don't know. I guess lightning bolt. We'll take lightning bolt because lightning bolt is fun. Yeah. See, as you can see, at level 6 we have 34 HP, which, that hurts, but our HP will not be getting a little bump because I know this may sound a little weird, but for 11 levels, we'll be taking Rogue. Now, I know how that sounds. 11 levels of Rogue is kind of crazy, but in reality, the reason why someone wants to take Rogue is, first of all, high sneak attack, and also a reliable talent. Reliable talent is outright pretty broken. If you want to, I'm not going to do a deep overview of Swashbuckler Rogue, but if you want one, go check out my video on it. But for skill proficiency, multi-class into Rogue, I think definitely getting Sleight of Hand is going to be really nice. Now, expertises, we get 2 of those. I'm with expertise in Arcana, and probably expertise in Sleight of Hand or Thieves' Tools. We'll go acrobatics here, because with acrobatics, with blading an advantage, we'll basically always be seeing on acrobatics now. So, we get more expertise at level 6, which honestly, I think investigation and probably sleight of hand, I think, are 2 good ones. We do get evasion, punish, reliable talent. Reliable talent's what we really want. And our sneak attack is now 66 damage, which is pretty damn high. Now, we could have taken the arcane trickster here, which I can understand why you'd want to get it. But overall, I don't. It's just the swashbuckler rogue, in my opinion, better plays into the flavor, I feel. But another option you can make is, if you want to, you don't have to go straight 11 levels of rogue. I'm doing it because I want to get reliable talent on this build, because I feel like that makes more thematical sense for the flavor I'm trying to go. But if you really want to, honestly, I think 8 levels of rogue is probably enough to still be good, and then the rest wizard. I feel like this is probably like the better version of this build, but in reality, we're building this to have fun, not because like we are building this to be optimizers too. But if one of like the most optimized version, probably like six, probably 12 levels wizard, 8 rogue is probably the best version. But for what I want from this build, I want someone that's using reliable talent. And honestly, when it comes to spellcasting, as a wizard, we kind of got all we wanted. There's not much more to desire when it comes to rogue spellcasting. When it comes to spellcasting in general, because we already got all the things we desire. Because yeah, we could, like, yeah, okay, I could want, I could get all of this. Yeah, I could get what, like freaking 7th level spells. But this is a spell character. This isn't a like wizard main build. Which, and also, I feel like if you want to a video about a spell sword, you shouldn't be expecting to like have a character that's casting freaking wish. You shouldn't be expecting, like, yeah, we will be casting fireballs, but this is mainly a melee focused character and our build. So for rogue level 4, we'll probably just be maxing out our dexterity by here. This is what, 10th level? Now, I mean, one thing you could do here, which this is a little bit funny, you could take crossbow expert here, and I think that's what we are gonna do. Taking crossbow expert here, I know it sounds dumb, and it is, if I'm being honest, but it's just like the mental image of my character running up to someone, stabbing them once with a rapier, booming blading, and then just shooting them with a crossbow in D&D, of course, is it's pretty fun. And also, like, overall, it fits the flavor of this kind of character. Like, this is magician. Like, you'll never know what they whip out of their hat next. This is a great magician builder, in my opinion. Like, it's just, you'll never know what they come out the next. One time, they're slinging a fireball, but then they're just shoot you with a crossbow. Like, this is why I like this build. It's so diverse. It has so much options, so much flavor. It can really dig into. And even at then, it's just one version out of the hundreds how to build freaking blitzing and rogue. And honestly, I don't think there's a right or wrong option to how to build this. This build, depending on how what you want to do with it, can look 10,000 different ways. So I think level 8 we will be picking up our dexterity, and then this final feat is kind of up to you. You can increase your intelligence if you want for better saving throws. You can get Fate Touched for a free Mystic Step. You can get Sharpshooter for sharpshooter shenanigans if you want to. We'll take Sharpshooter for like sharpshooter shenanigans, because why not? But overall, this build, it's meant to be a rogue that can just sling spells better than an arcane trickster. Because the arcane trickster, yeah, thematically, it makes the most sense. But it's just, I mean, it's the arcane trickster at the end of the day. It's not, it's just kind of boring. Like, and yeah, it's just overall, it's just so much better to, like, be able to just throw a fireball, yeah, but you can still do like a lot of rogue stuff. Now we will be having like a base 21 armor class, because blades on major armor, and then our dexterity, which is pretty high. Then if you add shield, that's 26. So this has a really high armor class. And overall, yeah, this is how I would build it. It's not probably outrun it. If I was to make this build, I probably would build it something like this. Now, if you want to, you could make this a more mage-oriented build. And if you do want to, I'll probably take like 8 levels of rogue and the rest blades and wizard. And probably, but if you are going to rest blades and wizard, definitely would recommend picking up tough, because your HP, your HP feels it. Because yeah, overall, I think taking tough probably is the best decision. But if you're taking this build all the way to level 20, you actually get 2 extra feats, which is pretty nice. if you take 12 levels of Rogue and then 8 levels of Wizard, which equals 20, you get 2 feats. So now with these 2 extra feats, honestly, take Tough. Take Tough. I think Tough is a masterful addition to this build. And you know, max out your intelligence. Yeah, just get into intelligence. And then you do get 4th level wizard spells. When looking at the 4th, level wizard spells, there's not really much that catches my eye, if I'm being honest. If you click, yeah. Like, there's Ice Storm is nice, Stone Skin is nice, Polymorph, D-Door, they're all nice. But it's not. I feel like with rogue levels, I get more flavor wise, I get more excitement, more enjoyment out of it. And also, I just think like the things. That's one of the things I don't like about wizards. I feel like they're kind of boring because yeah, it's like you have so many spells, but you're like most of the time it's like yeah, as a wizard, oh they have so many spells, but in reality you're gonna be casting the same spells over and over and over, which is like I get it's nice, but still I don't know. I really like this build, and also this build just can roll a ridiculous amount of damage dice. Cause Booming Blade, it now does 48 damage, which is pretty nice. Yeah, 48 points of damage is 438. I don't know. There's two different numbers here. Yeah, I think it's 48. Should be at least. So yeah, getting 48 on top of 66 sneak attack damage is pretty damn nice. No wrong. This is how I would build a build. Now, you could take the more wizard focused build version of this, which if you do, I understand why. Uh, but you know what, just to humor you all, and also, this video has, we're only 21 minutes in, I can afford to humor you all a little bit. If you were to take the more rogue central focused build, well, first of all, you'd be able to take 12 levels of wizard. I'm bugging, hold on. I'm bugging. I'll kind of tell you what spells we should get. Also, rogues do get more feats than wizard, which I do want to mention because this build does really benefit from feats. We get 5th and 6th level spells. Hold Monsters is one that immediately goes to hand. Big Beast Hand, Chain Lightning, Shatter, Soul Cage. So, create wait, wait, what? Yes. Can like artificers do this from like level 1? I'm not reading all that. I ain't reading all that. All those irresistible dance if you want to pick that. Sunbeam, that's True Sea, Mass Suggestion, Create Undead. Like there are reasons you probably would, take this route because there are a bunch of really nice spells. Move Earth. Um but it's so I feel like yeah, like you do get Cloud Kill, you do get Big Beast Hand, you do get Modified Memory, you get Shrine, you get Animate Objects, you get all these nice spells. But still, it's like overall, I think I am just a person that enjoys more playing. What's it called? I enjoy playing marshals a lot more than I enjoy playing casters, which is perfectly normal. But if you do enjoy playing casters more, I definitely do think the 12-8 leading Wendy Wizard is probably the best choice for you. But overall, that's what makes this build so nice. It doesn't really have to follow a rigid structure, and it can kind of be, balanced out, which I feel like with the Eldritch Knight Fighter, you kind of have to go, like, mainly placing and wizard because with the average knight you don't really gain much here. But with the rogue, when it comes to like the utility, the sneak attack, consistent scaling, I feel like it's just I think it's more worth it in my opinion. But yeah, granted, this is my opinion. If you disagree with this build, leave how you would build it down below. If you like this build and have tested it out, or at least a variant of it, leave down below. If you have any tips or tricks, maybe some like techs or what spells to pick out because they have really good synergies, make sure to also leave that down below. But yeah, that's all from your boy, 1419, signing out.